The 1960s, a decade of transformation and turbulence, a decade of Cold War tension where the world teetered on the brink of nuclear conflict. Two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, locked in a fierce competition. Their battleground, space, the ultimate arena for showcasing technological prowess. The prize, technological superiority, national pride, and the claim to be the first to conquer the final frontier, a symbol of ideological dominance. In this era of unprecedented scientific advancement and political pressure, the United States embarked on the Apollo program, a bold, ambitious endeavor that pushed the boundaries of human capability. Its goal, to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the end of the decade, a mission fraught with peril and uncertainty. On July 20th, 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong took his one small step onto the lunar surface, a moment etched in history. It was a moment that transcended borders and ideologies, uniting humanity in a shared sense of wonder and achievement, a collective triumph. But even as celebrations erupted across the globe, whispers of doubt began to surface. Questions lingered in the shadows. Could this incredible feat, this triumph of human ingenuity, be nothing more than an elaborate hoax staged to win the space race at any cost? The debate continues to this day. Despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, conspiracy theories surrounding the Apollo 11 moon landing have persisted for decades. Fueled by mistrust, misinformation, and a desire for alternative explanations, these theories claim that the moon landing was faked by the US government. They point to inconsistencies in photographs, question the lack of stars in the lunar sky, and argue that the technology of the 1960s was simply not advanced enough to achieve such a feat. These claims, while seemingly compelling on the surface, crumble under the weight of scientific scrutiny. The moon landing conspiracy theories represent a fascinating, albeit frustrating, case study in the power of misinformation. They highlight the importance of critical thinking, scientific literacy, and the need for reliable sources of information. Let's delve into the most common claims made by proponents of the moon landing hoax and examine why they fail to hold water. One of the most pervasive arguments put forth by moon landing deniers centers around the American flag planted on the lunar surface. They claim that the flag appears to wave in the wind despite the moon having no atmosphere. This observation has fueled countless conspiracy theories over the years. This, they argue, is proof that the landing was filmed on a Hollywood soundstage, meticulously crafted to deceive the world. However, this argument betrays a fundamental misunderstanding of basic physics and the conditions on the lunar surface. The flag was designed with a telescoping pole to give it the appearance of waving, even in the absence of wind. The wrinkles and ripples in the fabric, mistaken for movement, are simply the result of it being folded during the journey to the moon. These folds created the illusion of motion. Another popular claim is the absence of stars in the photographs taken by the Apollo astronauts, which skeptics argue is suspicious. Surely, with no atmosphere to obstruct the view, the stars should be clearly visible. This seems like a compelling point at first glance. This argument, however, ignores the limitations of photography itself and the technical constraints faced by the astronauts. The lunar surface, bathed in bright sunlight, required shorter exposure times to capture clear images of the astronauts and their surroundings. These short exposures would not have been sufficient to capture the faint light of stars in the background, which would have required much longer exposure times. It's like trying to photograph a dimly lit cityscape through a window during the day. The glare of the sun will drown out the faint lights from the buildings, making them invisible in the photograph. Perhaps the most compelling evidence against the moon landing hoax lies not in intricate scientific explanations, but in simple logic and common sense. The idea that such a monumental event could be fabricated defies basic reasoning. The Apollo program involved the coordinated efforts of hundreds of thousands of people. scientists, engineers, technicians, astronauts, and support staff. Each individual played a crucial role in the success of the missions. To suggest that such a massive undertaking, spanning nearly a decade and involving countless individuals and institutions, could be kept secret for over 50 years beggars belief. The logistics alone would make such a cover-up nearly impossible. Moreover, the Soviet Union, locked in a fierce rivalry with the United States, had every reason to expose any hint of fraud. They were watching every move closely. Their own space program was highly advanced, and they were closely monitoring the Apollo missions. Any discrepancies would have been immediately noticed and publicized. Had there been any evidence of a hoax, they would have been the first to cry foul. The political stakes were too high for them to remain silent. The sheer scale and complexity of the Apollo program, combined with the intense scrutiny of a global audience, make it virtually impossible that the moon landing could have been faked. The world was watching, and the evidence is overwhelmingly in favor of its authenticity. Section 5. Footprints in the moon dust. Evidence from Apollo and beyond. Beyond the mountains of evidence from the Apollo missions themselves, we now have independent verification from multiple nations and space agencies that have sent probes and orbiters to the moon. These missions have captured high-resolution images of the Apollo landing sites, clearly showing the lunar modules, rovers, and even the tracks left by the astronauts' footsteps in the moon dust. These images provide irrefutable proof that the Apollo missions were real and that humans did indeed walk on the moon. Furthermore, the astronauts brought back hundreds of pounds of lunar rocks and soil, which have been studied by scientists around the world. The unique composition of these samples, unlike anything found on Earth, provides further confirmation of their extraterrestrial origin. Section 6. A legacy etched in stone and reflected in every telescope lens. The legacy of the Apollo program extends far beyond simply planting a flag on the moon. It inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. It pushed the boundaries of human ingenuity and technological innovation, leading to countless advancements in fields ranging from material science to computer technology. The Apollo missions were a testament to the power of human collaboration, determination, and the pursuit of knowledge. They stand as a shining example of what we can achieve when we set aside our differences and work together towards a common goal. Section 7. The enduring significance of Apollo, a beacon for future generations. The Apollo program serves as a potent reminder of the importance of space exploration. It inspires us to reach for the stars, to push the boundaries of human knowledge, and to explore the vast universe that surrounds us. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, from climate change to resource depletion, the spirit of Apollo reminds us that we are capable of overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It instills in us a sense of hope and optimism for the future. Section 8. Beyond the Moon. The future of space exploration. Today, as we stand on the precipice of a new era of space exploration, the lessons learned from Apollo are more relevant than ever. We are returning to the moon, this time to stay, with plans to establish a permanent lunar base. We are setting our sights on Mars, with the ultimate goal of sending humans to the red planet within our lifetimes. These ambitious endeavors will require the same spirit of innovation, collaboration, and unwavering belief in human potential that characterized the Apollo program. Section 9. Combating misinformation, the role of education and critical thinking. The persistence of the moon landing hoax, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, highlights the importance of education, critical thinking, and the need for reliable sources of information. In today's digital age, where misinformation can spread with lightning speed, it is more important than ever to be discerning consumers of information. We must teach our children to question what they read and see, to seek out evidence-based information, and to be wary of claims that lack credible sources. By fostering a culture of critical thinking and scientific literacy, we can help ensure that future generations are not swayed by baseless conspiracy theories. Section 10. Conclusion: one small step for a human, one giant leap for humankind. The Apollo 11 moon landing was a pivotal moment in human history. It expanded our understanding of our place in the cosmos, inspired generations, and continues to serve as a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit. While conspiracy theories may persist, the overwhelming weight of evidence leaves no doubt that humans did indeed walk on the moon. As we venture further into the cosmos, let us carry with us the legacy of Apollo, a spirit of exploration, a commitment to scientific truth, and an unwavering belief in our ability to achieve the impossible.